Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richard Simmons, JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. Uh, Another beautiful day. So thankful to be alive. And I got the surprise of my life yesterday, guys. I got green peppers now on my balcony growing, and they're looking good. Yeah, I am so thankful. I had to thank Jehovah like 15 times. Y'all can watch the video and look at the video on Instagram or Facebook where my green peppers are growing. I'm thankful because I eat green peppers almost with everything. With my fish, with my chicken, with my potatoes. I eat green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers. Peppers is very high in antioxidants. And I eat them on a regular basis. So this way I know that I can keep my immune system up and not go broke trying to do it, So it's a big thing for me. I told y'all God has everlasting life for us right here on earth. It's just that we've been trained the wrong way, and when we've been trained the wrong way to see what God has really done for us, we fail. However, when you really get into God and understand what his theory was, you'll understand what he needed us to do to protect ourselves and help ourselves outside of financial means when it comes to survival, okay? Because food is a part of survival, okay? Granted, the government has set forth, we got to pay rent, pay bills, all this other stuff. We get that. But food is a survival, and this is why they have pantries and all these different things to help people, because they know food is not something anyone should be struggling with at all, because God didn't mean for us to struggle for food. So they have no other choice but to give to the people. You know what I mean? It's sad that they give them expired stuff. You know what I mean? But you got to be thankful, right? That's what they say. But in reality of it, God didn't want us to have expired stuff. He wanted us to have it fresh, So that's where our everlasting life comes in at. A lot of people don't understand it. They take it for granted. What it said. It says I'm going to live everlasting. I'm going to live forever. No, you're going to live as long as possible as your body can handle it. You understand what I'm saying? As long as you're taking care of yourself the proper way. The people in the Bible live 300 to 600 years. And we're taking that for granted because we see our people die in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You know what I'm saying? That's not what this podcast is really about today. I want to talk about why people don't, pretty much why they want to be you, They can see you've been successful at something and say, okay, well, she's been successful at it because she's a regular person. Why can't I be successful? Everybody's a regular person. Okay? Every human being on this earth. So granted, yes, if I've done it, you can do it too. And that's just the way it works. However, it's a process. And people always think that they could just jump into the process. Okay? Power comes along with a lot. You know what I mean? And you just can't be given anything, because what are you going to do with it? Because you're only doing it because you see me doing it. Is that what you really want? Do you really want to go through the pressure that I've been through? That's the reality of it. So we try to save a lot of people, you know what I mean? By trying to teach them, do you really want to do this? But people have set in their mind, this is what they want to do. And then when they lose, then they're looking at you like, well, how did I lose? What did you do? No, I didn't do anything. It wasn't your time. You needed to learn the process first. As I tell people every day, I've been in this game, in this entertainment business. I was born into it. Okay, I was born into a lot of stuff. I was born into the military lifestyle. My uncle, Gene Rodriguez, he was in the military. My grandmother was into politics. My mother was in the entertainment business. I've been with these organizations since I was born. Okay, I can't control that. That I was blessed. It's a blessing and it's a curse. Okay, and I'm gonna just keep it real. I can't help that. Who I was born to be. You know what I mean? It's like on Little Junior. You know, I was doing the music. He was born into this thing. He couldn't help that. He made it. He chose himself as a child to say, "Well, I was born in it, so I'm gonna be in it." Every time I try to record that song over and over and over, he had to say something. It's like that beat made him say something. So I just let it ride. Because this is what he wanted. And it'll benefit him long term if he ever wants to use it as a token of him getting into the industry or doing something in the entertainment industry. You know, he likes to dance, so he might become a dancer. Who knows? We don't know what he might do, but it helps him long term to say, hey, this is me. This is what I want to do. You know, I started out doing this and that. You know, it's like myself. You know, they had me doing stuff as a child, and I didn't know that it would benefit me today, but it did. You know, and I try to tell people that every day. You know, the things that you do when you are coming up reflects on your future. That's why you have to pay attention and watch what you do. Okay? Watch what you say. Watch how you act. You know, like people can tell you, you know, like with me. I get fed up with people real quick, especially when they lying. You know, I hate liars. Oh my gosh. I hate liars because there's no reason to lie. Just be honest. You know, there's no reason to lie about nothing. We all have the freedom of speech, and we all have free will. Okay, me and a coworker was talking about that at work the other day about free will. You know, God has given us free will. Okay. In other words, meaning you can say and do whatever you feel you need to do, okay, as long as you're not physically hurting someone. Okay? So, with that being said, there's no reason to lie about anything. There's no reason to withhold information when people can really help you. Some people have real power. Okay? Because of the organizations that they're part of. So with that being said, why hold back information that can actually help you? But people don't get it. You know? The other thing I wanted to speak about, people, don't ask me to help you be in this industry. Okay? Legitly. Because, you know, people still think that because they make music and it's streaming on Apple, that they're in the music industry. You're not in the music industry. You're just another artist getting a few streams on a platform. That's all you are. You're not a music artist. Okay? Until you have an ASCAP or a BMI, you're not titled as a legal music artist. Granted, these streaming platforms, they trying to overcome the royalty side of things. But their theory is they wait for you to die so they can get your royalties. That's the real to it. Okay? But when you're dealing with companies like ASCAP and BMI, those companies are set forth to make sure that your money goes to your family after you're gone. Okay? So they need everything about you. They need your real name, your social security number. These are the things that they need to prove who you were when you leave this earth. And if you can't give that up, then you can't be in the music industry. This is a real industry, people. You can't just float your way through this thing. And the people that thought they could, they stop them in their tracks. That's why a lot of them disappear. I try to tell people this thing, you know. Stop being jealous over things that other people do when you didn't choose to do it the proper way. And that's just the bottom line. Okay? Like, I'm going to use this for instance. I had went on online. I found the beat, Little Durk and somebody else type beat. And, me and Little Durk, we don't know each other. He's out of Chicago. But he's been watching me for a long time. The reason why he's been watching me is because Chicago took notice in my music. Okay? When Chicago took notice in my music, they called me up. Well, emailed me and said, hey, we like this song. Can we play this song? So I gave it to them. I needed the exposure. So they learned about me. Not only did he learn about me from my music being played in their city, there was other artists that knew about me. And when they brought it up, I would assume, they said, yeah, I know her. I works with her. But meanwhile, 50 is the one that I'm really under. Okay? I'm under a lot of people, but he's with me and I'm with him. Okay? Because he's under my label and I'm up under him for the exposure. However, he was like, oh, God, she messing with these Chicago people. They kill us. But he didn't know that 8 years ago, they asked me for my music. He didn't know that 2 years ago, Little Durk made a song referring to me. He didn't know that Metro PCS was a part of that whole scenario. And it gave us both exposure. And also put a couple of dollars in my pocket. He didn't know all of that. He didn't know what I was doing on this side. He didn't even ask. So it wasn't for me to tell. But if he would have asked, I would have told him. Just like T-Mobile recently. I went and made a video to help them, at their T-Mobile, even though T-Mobile pissed me off after the fact. They sent me a prize. A video water camera. Well, that's what I chose out of the prizes that they had. This is how the retail world works. Okay, and we've incorporated that into music. Okay. Reason being is because it's a part of sales. And all sales should be together. We all help each other. We're one big family. Okay? So people didn't understand how, I was making this thing happen. However, I have experience in sales. To be exact, legally, 16 years. Okay? Legally. However, my sales experience runs 30 years. Okay? And that's just the facts. So, with that being said, I'm going to follow the chain and work with my superiors and try to see how we can help each other. And that's what we've been doing. Okay? Quiet as kept. Nicki Minaj started it. But I took over after I seen what she was doing and what she was leading to because I had more experience. Okay? So, people, well, how's she doing this? How's she doing this? I have experience in it. And when you have experience in something, you utilize it. Okay? That's what we do. And we work together. Okay? That's how it's done. Every organization has its ups and its downs. Every organization has its flaws. Okay? However, if you're in, you're in. You can't tell a person that's never been in sales, to get into sales and they know nothing about sales. They're going to need guidance. I had a person tell me, why help you when I have no experience? I mean, when they can help themselves. How can you help yourself if you don't know what you're doing? First, you have to put work in order to understand what you're doing so you can help yourself. So I laugh at those type of people because you'll never get nowhere and we'll sit back and we'll be laughing at you. That's the way it works. Okay, when you had the opportunity to get what you needed, so long term you will have the experience and be able to do what you need to do to be successful at whatever you're trying to do. Okay, and that's just the bottom line. That's just the way it works. Okay, just like I worked for Frito-Lay. Okay, I had sales experience before I went to Frito-Lay. They didn't know that. I didn't know that, until somebody brought it to my attention. Okay, they said, hey, we know you got sales experience. So it's the same thing. Just a different concept. You're selling something different. So with that being said, get this thing popping. We don't want to hear no more excuses because we know you have the experience. So I'm like, okay. So y'all been doing your research on who I am. All right, I got you. All right, I'm about to get this popping. I had to get it popping. And I did. Okay? They had to make me realize who I was. And I just needed to learn their way of doing things. The same with music. Sales is nothing for me. It's learning the way of the sales. Just like I'm going into real estate. It's still sales. However, I have to learn the way real estate presents it to make the sales. And then add on everything else that I have learned in the last 30 years. That's the way it works. You can't just jump into something and think that you're going to just make your own rules and it's going to work this way. And sometimes it might. But you're going to fall eventually. Sales is a hard organization. Because you could be up today and down tomorrow. This is why we work together. Y'all didn't think that T-Mobile was thankful that I did a video in their store? They were very thankful. That's why they send me out discounted stuff. They not as nice as Metro treated me, gave me some free phone bills. T-Mobile, you hear me? Free phone bills. However, this is what they do. So I try to tell the people in my organization, if you're going to work in this organization, don't be jealous of me. Let me teach you what to do. And they'll give you the same feedback. But don't be mad with me. Y'all steady copying everything I do, but the things to get y'all where y'all need to be. That's what tickles me. I have to laugh. You're picking up all the non-irrelevant stuff instead of picking up the relevant stuff. That's what I can't understand about people. This is why I shut people down in their tracks. You think you're just going to be coming and getting fame and, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy about how people with this fame chasing thing. What are you chasing fame for? All fame can do is get you hurt. Too much of it can actually hinder you. I'm going to tell you this story. I was working at Frito-Lay in Baltimore, right? And one of my stores, they loved me so much. You would think that's a good thing. In actuality, it was bad. And I'm going to tell you why. I would put so much time in this store. They gave me the whole store. When I say they gave me the whole store, there was no dominant chip company in that store but me. Every corner, every aisle, I had product in it. Made top sales because of it. Okay? The sales was so great, they brought out the head guys from Texas. They wanted to see. We got to see this. How did she do this? When they mistreat us, because I put work in. Okay? But it got to a point where I sold so much in 1 year that I couldn't outbeat my own sales. That's how it hindered me. So now I'm fighting to try to make money. Because I can't outbeat my own sales because I'd already dominated. Already took it to its highest plateau. So now, only thing I could do is fall. Unless I find another way of presenting what I needed to do to make more money. Meaning I needed more products, new products. And Frito-Lay wasn't presenting that. They didn't give that to me. They didn't have about 10 new products that I could present to these people to try to push and sell. I was stuck with the same old products. You know, people like new. So I wound up losing. The other thing was, I got sick. And my boss went out there to work for me. And they put him out the store. It's like, where's Jackie? She's sick. Okay, well, you can go on about your business till she get back. They didn't want him in the store. Now, this is my boss. Okay, it's my supervisor. Like, we don't want you. You gotta go. So he calls me up and he says, Jackie, are you feeling better? I'm like, yeah, I went and got me some IV. Because, you know, every now and again we have to get some IV because we're like athletes out there. You know, because we're always working long hours. We get dehydrated, don't eat like we supposed to. So we get burnt out. Sometimes we got to go get some IV. So I went and got me some IV. Went home for a couple of days. And he said to me, I need you to come back. You know, are you better? I need you. And I said, what's going on? They won't let me work the store. And what's going to happen is, when you get back, you're going to have double the work. I'm like, you kidding me? Which I did. So now I'm overworking myself when I get back because they wouldn't let them do the job because they felt like he wasn't qualified enough to do what I do in a store. And he was my supervisor. So you see how it works? How it can be a gift and a curse? That's why you have to watch what you do in the way you do things. Now we look at a company like Amazon. He works with all the companies, you know. He tries to anyway. But he's done so much to where it's starting to hinder him. And so he couldn't see it until this year when his numbers was off. And he didn't understand why. But I could have told him because I have a lot of experience in it. I could have told him what he was doing to hurt himself before he did it. But they don't trust in the people that's actually put the work in and know how to do this thing. They trust in degrees. People that ain't never done this thing in their life, ain't never made no real money doing it. Okay? Those are the people they trust in. So you laugh because you see what's going on. However, you try to help them, and then They hurt you. So you say to yourself, should I help you any longer? Or should I just let you fall? If I stop speaking your name, they're going to stop looking at you. They're going to stop helping you. Because these other organizations know that I have 30 years experience in this thing. And they're going to start looking at what I'm looking at. Companies love for me to be a part of their organization. Most of the time on the outside. Because I do good marketing. I help people understand why the product is good. Okay? Not that you should get it because it's the newest thing out there. Why should you have this product? I'm going to break it down for you. Just like I bought a self-care book on Amazon. And it's black women. It's called Excel. It's a coloring book. Girls got braids, curls, big lips, like us. Big full bodies, some hourglass bodies, braids, curly hair, ponytails. All black women. So I can't go get a box of crayons with just one shade of brown because we're all different colors. I knew I needed to go get the Colors of the World crayons. I knew this because I'm coloring women of the world with different shades. And what we see them to be, looking at the pictures. This is self-care books for adults. I learned about it listening to Monique. She was on a flight, you know. And don't think that because people are adults and they don't still color. You know, for one, it's relaxing. It's art. I was big on coloring when I was young. You know, and I do a lot of crafts with the ladies, you know, and still color and do all paint and do all kind of things, you know. So it was like excellent to me. Like, oh wow, let me see that. I gotta get this. Immediately I ordered the book, you know. And then I said, okay, I gotta go get me some crayons I said, I'm gonna promote this. Because not only do I need it, and I'm going to give it the promotion for free. The reason I'm going to give it a promotion for free, whoever made the book, is because it's needed. You know? Like 50 was mad with me because I'm always promoting something. If she would stop promoting everybody else and promote the music, we'll make more money. I get it. But the music is not all what they need. They need more than just music. When you look at the Excel book, she has on earphones. Music. It all fits together. You know what I mean? So that's what sales is about. Sales is about the eye picking up what you can use mentally to make people see why this is a good choice. Immediately when I saw this black woman on this book with earphones on, it connected me to music. I'm not only throwing it out there for my culture, but also for relaxation and for music. We listen to music and we color. Some people would look right past that. They would just sort of self-care of it. You have to look at the whole concept of it. And that's with anything in sales. What can I pinpoint that people will not see? So they can be like, wow, I'm buying that. It's like I have a customer that buys my body wash. She said to me, she said, oh my gosh. She said, Jackie, this body wash just feels so good on your skin. And I looked at it and I said, yeah. I said, for one, it's organic. 2, it has oils in it that opens the pores. But she already knew that. But it didn't process. So you understand? That's why we're able to sell certain things, because we look for the things that people need to process mentally. Why this product is that good. Even with music. This is just the way it works, people. You know, and being taught how to be a salesperson can be very difficult. But it can also be easy once you get it down pat. But you have to learn it first. And that's just the bottom line. You can't just wake up because somebody else is doing something and say you want to do it, and then you want to do things your way. Everything has a process. And you have to trust the process. If you have a product and you want to sell, sometimes we take a loss. Like, you know, I was sitting down telling people, because I don't like to sit on product. That's just who I am. You know, I just never been one to want to sit on product. Because all products have an expiration date. And recently I was selling drinks. Lemonade, sweet tea, half and half. And I went out. I was getting the bottles for... Prices was very expensive, you know. And I was telling a coworker, you know, how much I was charging for the drinks. And quiet as kept, I could have got more for the drinks if I factored in how much I really paid for everything. Okay, I could have made more of a profit, is what I'm trying to say. But my goal wasn't about the money, okay? I still needed to make a profit, but my goal wasn't about how big my profit was. My goal was to show people a couple of things. As simple as something in your house, you can go out and make money to survive. That was one. The second thing was to allow people to taste Miss J.J. Diamond lemonade, because you know everybody makes things differently. The third thing was I needed some time alone. You know, and be able to talk to the people, say hi to the people, and just do that. So you can think. So I was able to get all three of those things done. When it comes to my lemonades, I was talking to a coworker, and she was saying, well, you can find those bottles cheaper. She helped me found them cheaper. I was so thankful. So I could make more of a profit. And she was saying, you need to go to some of these restaurants, the mom and pop restaurants, and let them taste your stuff and sell it to them on a daily basis. Pretty much is what she was trying to say. Because people like fresh lemonade. Oh, the other reason too was people don't know that lemons not only give you vitamin C, but it detoxes the body. So, with that being said, but it has to be fresh lemonade. None of that powdered stuff. A lot of people get it misconstrued. And lemonade is not really yellow, okay? Because the lemon juice inside is not really yellow unless it sits for a long time. Once it sits for a long time, it loses its benefits, okay? So people think that the benefits are stronger. In actuality, it's not. Especially when it's been processed. So when we go out here and we get these lemonades from the store and we thinking, yeah, this stuff is good. It actually isn't, because they put something in it to keep it fresh and to what do you call it? Pasteurize. They pasteurize it so it can stay fresh longer and sit in the stores and wait for people to buy it. Once again, everybody's lemonade tastes different. So Miss JJ's lemonade is different. So that might be my next project, outside of the Diamond Way. Well, I'm going to say this, outside of the Bath Diamond Way. Or I might just do Miss JJ Diamond's lemonade. Who knows? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. That's something that can come 2-3 years from now. The fact of the matter is, I wouldn't have been able to do that, what I've done, if I didn't have the experience. Everything comes with trial and error. What could I have done differently to make more sales? Quiet as kept. I think I did almost everything right. Only thing is, I had a little interference with my family during that time, so it became difficult for me a little bit. But I think I did everything right. The only thing that I feel I could have did different is making more profit. But I just wanted the people to get their benefits and enjoy it. And still make some profit. And help them out. So you see the process, you have to take yourself through trial and error. And that's what anything that you are part of. Even in relationships. You have to go through trial and error in order to understand what you could have done different. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to explain to you guys. Y'all guys need to learn to be more honest, You need to learn to think. I'm tired of that, oh, you're overthinking stuff. Just do it. No. Think, people, think. Does this make sense? And going back to the common sense of life. Nobody has that anymore. Nobody thinks. You got big CEOs that don't think of companies, that just don't think. You know. And then we look at them and say, you're sick. You know. Because you didn't sit down to think. What can be right or what could be wrong? What's the trial and what's the error? And we sit back and we laugh at you. And that's just what it is. You know. So with that being said, you know, I just wanted to explain that, you know, and then you got a lot of people out here, they want to steal your thoughts, steal what you put out there, or steal things that, let me use this for instance. This is how I know a company is tapping into my emails. Okay, and I had wrote 50, and I told them about it. You know. Why do you want to steal everything from me? Every thought that I have may not be sufficient. But if you think it's sufficient and you want to use it so much, then hire me to give you the thoughts. Because by you stealing it, you think I wasn't going to find out? It's not a game. Playing with people and stealing their ideas, going through their emails, it's not a game. They're going to eventually find out. So now we're going to switch the game on you because you thought you was ahead of the game by stealing my information. So now we're going to really put your information out there. And that's how we're going to handle it. Because you want to be a crook and you're rich. Instead of saying, hey, I want in, help me. What do you think you're going to gain from stealing from me? What do you think you're going to gain? Because God is watching. God is real, and we do believe in God. That's how we know that people are not really about God. Because they would do things that it's not godly. And you're saying to yourself, like, how? I keep going back to the book of Genesis. And people need to pick up the book and read the book of Genesis. Adam and Eve had to teach their children to do what God asked them to do. They didn't just throw them out there in the field. They taught them. And they had to learn first. And then they were giving that task for good. They wasn't stealing information. They wasn't hanging around to try to find out information. Play your part, and things will go smoothly. That's the way it works. So no matter how hard you try, you know, my people get mad when I don't write them for a long period of time. But I'll write every now and again. But I stop writing because I want to see. I'm always analyzing everything. This is why I'm chosen for a lot of things, because I analyze. Let me see if I don't write this person, if they're gonna know what I'm doing. So I had to let 50 know certain things I can't tell you no more. So things is gonna be hard. Things is gonna be hard for us to do the things that we've been trying to do. Because people are in my email stealing my information. And then trying to hold me back from survival. How dare you? How dare you? Knowing I'm godly and I'm going to pray about it. And when God attack you, He's going to attack. This is the other thing that kills me. How these people are not afraid of God. Knowing what He can do. Because He know y'all stupid. Because once you know God, you're not going to do anything to hurt anyone. Because God is a jealous God. And He will retaliate. That's why Jesus was put in place. So He will stop retaliating. Just like the universe has feelings, we do too. We human beings. He made us just like the universe. He made the earth just like the universe. It's all the same. And until y'all get that, y'all will continue to fail. But don't be mad with me because I understand it. Don't try to pinpoint the finger at me when I've done the research and did the work and read the information to understand what God needs us to do. Don't get mad with me and then God finds another way to make things happen and you saying, well, how? When I did everything in my power to stop her, you can't stop a person that's about God. You just can't. So stop trying. You're looking stupid and we're laughing at you. This is what we try to tell you people. I'm a part of the true believers. And it's real. God will always find a way. Even when you think you're going to try to stop. It's been 10 years and y'all been trying to stop me. Y'all ever seen a movie when things be blowing up behind them and the person is walking off? That's how it is when you roll with God. Everything behind them will be blown up. And they get to walk off freely. Because they followed the right path. They followed the mission. That's the way it works, people. You have to trust the process. And that's just what it is. This is Jacqueline Richard Simmons, JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. Jacqueline Dowdy. They're trying to bring her back to play, even though she's still me. But yeah. This is just what it is. And y'all need to accept it. Stop trying to be bigger than God. Because God is real. You can be a God, but you're not bigger than the God, the Alpha, the Omega. We look at our gods as being kings. Kings in the kingdom. Now, either you're going to be a part of God's kingdom or you're going to be a part of the devil's kingdom. And if you're part of his kingdom, we're going to take you down. Whether you like it or not, it's just a matter of time. To stop the nonsense. And that's just what it is. Okay? I'm here to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Because it's about to. It's about to. And your children are bad. You're training them to be bad. Worse than what music has done. That's why you're being taken out before music is. Because they're not given a choice. Well, at least in music, you have a choice on what you want to listen to. When you're not given a choice, it makes a difference. I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, safe weekend, have fun. It's nice and hot out there. Make sure y'all drink y'all some lemonade. Of course, it ain't gonna taste like Miss JJ lemonade. But y'all gonna have y'all some lemonade and get them toxins flowing. Get that nasty stuff out your body. I'll talk to y'all soon.